Morning, guys. So this is Josh from over at the Essential Mountain Homestead.
Good morning, everybody.
He is the friend whose channel we kind of collaborated. Was it 2 summers ago?
Yeah.
Lots of collaborations back and forth. We did a lot of stuff on the sawmill. Every piece of wood you see in here that makes it homey, cozy, and look like a cabin came from Josh's property and from his sawmill.
Yeah, every bit of this wood was trees that came off of our property and went through the sawmill, and John came up. I remember, it's been so long. Yeah, John came up and we cut boards all day, and everything got cut, whatever the width of the tree was, but it was 1/2 inch thick, and that way it could be used as shiplap, board and batten, however you want to use it. But it looks great. It's been, how long have you had most of this installed?
I think I finished it that fall.
Yeah, so there's not a lot of cracking, splitting, checking.
Shrinking even. Like you can see even there on the edge,
Yeah.
it didn't shrink.
So it looks really, really good.
Yeah. It took 2 summers for all the bugs to work out. When you have this natural stuff that came straight from the tree, for one thing, you have a little bit of sawdust that stays on it a little bit, and you can have bugs in it. They're living trees, so you can have bugs in it. Mostly it was things like earwigs and like June bugs and stuff that was in it. It wasn't scary stuff. It was just consistent for a while.
Yeah.
Because it's not sealed. It's not sealed, and it's straight from out in the...
Well, I think the biggest thing is that, and the state requires in all residential construction that all lumber is kiln dried, and that is about keeping the bugs out of it. If it goes through that heat process, that intense heat usually kills all the bugs, and then you don't have bugs in your brand new house. But free trees, free boards.
in a shed.
Yeah, in a shed, not a big deal. Or if you're building a chicken coop or whatever, who cares about a few bugs? The chickens will eat them. But if you have to go and buy this stuff commercially, it's unbelievably expensive, and you can't always get the detail or the uniqueness or the live edge that these boards have, and so it gives you the ability to cut exactly what you want and get the look that you want.
And the bugs did go away. I think if we were somewhere south, somewhere with a lot of humidity where termites were a problem, you definitely wouldn't want to do this, but we don't have termites here. It's too cold, too dry, and the bugs did go away. We don't even have hobos in here anymore, so I'm pretty happy, and I think it's really pretty. So the project that Josh was going to come down this summer with was he was going to bring us some more lumber, and then at the last minute, our house had a huge requirement for someone with master craftsman level mini excavator skills.
I don't know about that.
You can watch him in the videos that are coming up as he lightly dusts the dirt off the edge of our foundation, and it looks like he's using a broom. So enjoy those videos. That's what he did for us this summer, and we really appreciate it. And he went down and saw Red Poppy Ranch down in... Does he tell us? Does he tell people where he is?
He said we call that Southeast Idaho.
Southeast Idaho. Okay, so Southeast Idaho, Red Poppy Ranch. Josh went and helped him with...
So it was a sewer line. He just needed to build in a house down there. You can check out that on his channel, but he needed a sewer line that went from his septic system to the house, and there had been some changes along the way in taking the shop and turning it into a house, and so he needed to upgrade that sewer line. It was a 3-inch, and we took the 3-inch sewer line out and then put in 4-inch, and he's got a great video on that. You can find that on his channel, Red Poppy Ranch.
So if you guys have watched my videos, you know how much I love Idaho, and Josh is in an even more wonderful part of Idaho where they actually get rain consistently, and their colds are not as cold. They get more snow. There's more recreation. And so if you're looking for land, he actually is helping people up there in northern Idaho find land, and he also has all these amazing skills. So he's a good friend to have. I know he's certainly blessed our family. But if you're looking for property in northern Idaho, he's actually in some of the prettiest property that's up there.
Well, people ask all the time, where are you? And I say Idaho, and they say, well, which part? And I say, well, we're in Sandpoint. And then they give me that weird look, like Sandpoint. And then I say, do you know where Canada is? And then they say, yeah. I said, we're in Idaho, but we could throw a rock into Canada. So we're way up in the Panhandle. We're way up there, but it is beautiful, and it's low elevation and mild weather and great ski resorts and big lakes, and we absolutely love it.
So a lot of people would think, well, I'm in southern Idaho. Why is his weather nicer? And it's because as you go further north, you get out of the mountains more, and you go, so we're up here and he's down here, and it means that he doesn't have the like terrible temperatures that we have in the winter.
What's the elevation here?
Oh, I think it's 5,000 or just
yeah,
under.
so we're at 2,100 foot, so 3,000 foot difference in elevation above sea level. And our weather, we're almost kind of on the other side of the Rocky Mountains. It's just very different weather patterns.
Do you have a phone number if people want to get a hold of you, or is email easier?
You can find us, send us a message on Facebook or Instagram, or our email is essentialhomesteading@gmail.com, and or reach out and send us a message on YouTube, whatever. But we do. I'm a builder by trade, and it seems like there's kind of our journey in building our homestead, and there's projects that we're working on. So there's a mix of things, but I do a lot of building for folks, and I do a lot of consulting. So if there's something we can help you with, reach out. We'd love to talk to you about it.
And Josh, I will try to find some of these clips, but when Josh was up in Island Park, they had a tiny cabin like ours, but they fit how many kids in it?
So we had 6 kids in a 14 by 40 cabin, and the math in your mind says that's not enough room, but it was really cozy. But we had everything: kitchen, laundry room, bathroom, bedrooms, and those are some of the funnest memories of living in that little cabin. That was a really, really fun time, and it's doable. So those of you that may be thinking, hey, there's small family, 4 people, or whatever your situation is, I would look at the tiny home or building a smaller home, because cost savings.
One of the things that I felt like we really resonated with was that Josh is determined to be out of debt. When was it 2008, the crash of 2008?
Yeah.
We had when we first started working together, we had some long discussions about why he was in a tiny house and what he was trying to achieve. Same as us, we really wanted to be debt-free and self-reliant as we could be, because I felt like that was the most responsible thing to do as Americans, even, just to be debt-free.
Let me speak to that for just a minute. I think what I found is that I grew up in a place where everybody had a mortgage on everything, whether it's houses or cars or boats or financing the vacation on a credit card, and that was just the norm. You just get up and go work a job you hate because you have to make those payments to have that house and boat and car and vacation, make those payments on the credit card. And that after seeing the economy turn down in 9-10, and a lot of people lose those houses and boats, and a lot of people get hurt, and including myself, I wanted to find something better. There had to be a better path. And what resonated with me was buying a piece of property and then spending the time to build it yourself, even if it was smaller, and live a life that I was excited about living every day, and not needing to take a vacation to escape this job or something that I didn't enjoy. So it started us down this path of how do we get to a better quality of life, how do we avoid the enslavement of debt, and how do we live a more rural lifestyle, so that we feel like we've gone camping or we've gone on vacation every single day. And I think we have found that. It's taken some time and some moving, whether it was trying southeast Idaho or now being in the Panhandle in North Idaho. We have found this life where, yes, we get up and go to work every day, but we live in a place that it feels like we're on vacation, and we are able to buy a piece of land and work on building a house, and do that a few dollars at a time. And for a lot of reasons, the price of land is less, and and there's you know, different regulations and building codes and county restrictions, and so there's a lot of advantages to North Idaho that create those opportunities where you can build it yourself without buying a $200,000 house and paying a 30-year mortgage and ended up paying $400,000 or $600,000 because you've borrowed that money and you're paying back that interest. You're a slave to that mortgage. So sorry, I'm off on a rant and a tangent, but we just wanted a quality of life that was different than what we had, and so that's what started the journey.
Speaking of wild journeys, Kai was pouring goat's milk on the deck.
That's not where that goes.
Right? So, for those of you who are interested in building around our location and you're wanting to build yourself, for some of the more complicated skills, Josh does do conferences. What's the word? Consultations?
Consultations. I'll have folks that will call me and say, listen, I don't want to pay a general contractor because you know, hey, I'm trying to save money and I want the experience of doing it myself and I want the education, but I know there's going to be pitfalls and speed bumps, whatever. Could you consult with us? Could you help us build a timeline? Could you help us understand the order of operations? Can you help us with logistics? Can you help us with creative ideas to, hey, you know, what materials and where do we get them, and how do we work with the county, and help us with the health department and whatever that might be. If there's something we can do to help you out, you know, reach out. We'd love to talk to you. Yeah. Okay, so we gotta go get. We've had a really great day of getting the trees out and pulling the stumps. You can see we're putting in the dirt, and we'll end up pushing that dirt over into the new roadway, making the roadway wider. Will you stop playing with my hair? You want me to play with your hair?
No.
No? So we're gonna get the fuel truck, and we're gonna go get more fuel, more diesel fuel. And the co-op has popcorn. So my little apprentice, my partner here, are you ready to go? No? You don't? Do you want to go to the co-op? Yes? Okay. So we'll go to the co-op and get some fuel. Ready, set, go?
No.
No? Oh, we have to go get the truck.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go.
Let's go. Come on.
Okay, here comes the dump truck. Hold on.